In the chill of early 1692, the small Puritan village of Salem, Massachusetts simmered with tension. Long-standing grudges, personal vendettas, and a fierce belief in the devil's presence set the stage for a dark chapter in American history. It all began in the home of Reverend Samuel Parris, where his 9-year-old daughter Betty and 11-year-old niece Abigail Williams started displaying strange behaviors. They screamed, threw things, uttered strange sounds, and contorted their bodies in unnatural positions. The village doctor could find no physical ailment and concluded it must be the work of the devil. Fear and paranoia spread like wildfire. Pressured by the frightened adults, the girls blamed 3 women for bewitching them: Tituba, the Parris family's Caribbean slave; Sarah Good, a beggar woman; and Sarah Osborne, an elderly, impoverished woman. The accused were brought before the magistrates, and under intense pressure, Tituba confessed, spinning vivid tales of the devil's deeds and implicating others in the village. With Tituba's confession, the hysteria exploded. Accusations flew from neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend. Soon, over 200 people had been accused of witchcraft. The once tight-knit community was now torn apart by suspicion and fear. The trials themselves were a mix of superstition and a thirst for order. Spectral evidence, testimony that the spirit or spectre of the accused had been seen committing witchcraft, was considered valid. This invisible proof was impossible to refute and led to swift and harsh judgments. In one infamous trial, a respected farmer named Giles Corey refused to plead guilty or not guilty to the charges. To extract a plea, he was subjected to pressing, a form of torture, where heavy stones were placed on his chest. As the weight increased, Giles's resolve only strengthened. His last words were defiant: more weight. He died without ever entering a plea, thus preserving his property for his family. As the months dragged on, the fervor of the trials began to wear on the community. Doubts grew about the legitimacy of the accusations and the methods used. In October 1692, Governor William Phips, prompted by his own doubts and pleas from worried citizens, intervened. He dissolved the special court and prohibited further arrests. The remaining accused were eventually released, and the use of spectral evidence was declared inadmissible. In the aftermath, a sense of shame and regret settled over Salem. The community sought to make amends. Many of the accusers publicly apologized, and some of the judges admitted their grave mistakes. Families of the condemned were compensated, and in 1697, a day of fasting and soul-searching was declared to atone for the tragedy. The Salem witch trials stand as a sobering reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria, the power of fear, and the importance of justice. The story of Salem is a stark illustration of how quickly reason can be overshadowed by superstition, and how communities can be torn apart when paranoia reigns.